Hey everyone, thanks for joining our Hangout. I know it's just beginning, so we'll give everybody a couple minutes to kind of get in here and get the video feed caught up. But I'm going to go ahead and introduce our guest today. It's going to be Leslie Phillips. Leslie, say hi to everybody real quick.
Hey everybody!
So we're going to be covering Website Builder. Leslie's going to take you through how to start using Website Builder like a pro, and we'll answer any questions that you have. I'm going to be on the Hangout event page as well as on Twitter if you're using the hashtag GDHangout. So go ahead and tweet or post any questions or comments or anything else that you want to ask us on there, and I'll be sure to address those. And yeah, with that, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. If there's anything, Leslie, go ahead and introduce yourself, and if there's anything else you want to add.
Right on. Thanks, Colby. My name is Leslie Phillips. I am a small business super fan. I've worked at GoDaddy for a little over 8 years, and I am fortunate enough that I get to spend a lot of my time working with small business owners, helping them get established online. And the super neat part is I get to do things like this, where I get to show people how to use our products and show them how easy it is to get their website started. Especially using Website Builder. Colby, next time you're going to have to hook me up with a cool little footer that goes under my face. So
I will definitely do that next time for you.
Okay, right on. So today we're going to be covering a few items with Website Builder. I'm going to show you how to choose a custom theme, create your contact page for your website, an About Us page, a home page, and we're going to go through and we're going to delete a page, and I'll show you how to back up your work. And then throughout the webinar, we'll also talk about different support options that are available to you if you use GoDaddy products. So with that, let's go ahead and I'm going to switch over and show you my screen so we can do a live demo here.
Sure, absolutely. Now, just while you're doing that, is this your favorite iteration of the product that we released? I know over 8 years you've seen a lot of different changes and stuff go through it.
My gosh, yeah. So Website Builder has changed quite a bit over its lifetime, and by far this version that we're offering is the easiest one to use, but also offers the most flexibility as far as like the drag and drop UI that's available. So I had my son in here for Bring Your Kid to Work Day earlier this year, and one of the activities was to build a website using Website Builder, and we had like 6-year-olds building websites using this product. So
that's amazing.
It's pretty fantastic. All right, so to get started, first you'll need to purchase Website Builder, and you can do so on our website. If you just click on websites and go to Website Builder. The version I'm going to be building with today is our business plan. It just offers more features available to businesses than our personal plan does. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign into my account. And then, Colby, you can see my screen okay?
Yep, absolutely.
Rad. Okay. So once I've signed in, if you go into your account, look for the option that says Website Builder Instant Page and open it up. I've got a few different accounts in here, but what you're going to be looking for is the one that says New Account on it, and then we'll click the Launch button. And then just for the purposes of our session today, just to, I guess, put it into some sort of context for you, I'm going to actually be building a website for one of my friends who has a photography business. She likes to do child and family photography. She's not very technically savvy, but I'm trying to convince her that this is a pretty simple product to work with, even to get a photography website set up. And so I'm going to kind of get her started with this, transfer it over into her account, and then let her run with it. So here, just over the next 45 minutes or so, we'll be able to get a basic 5-page website set up for her. So the first thing that pops up once you launch into the account is it wants to know the domain name that we'll be associating Website Builder to. So for this, I don't have the domain registered in my account. It's actually in Jenny's account. So we're going to choose the option to type a domain registered elsewhere. And her domain name is azmosaicphotography.com.
Now, because that's with us, if someone else is doing the same setup, will they have to update their DNS in that other account, or we automatically do that still?
No, they'll have to update the DNS in the other account.
Okay.
With this newer version of Website Builder, it only updates the DNS if it's registered in the same account.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and choose that option and click on OK. And I have this set up elsewhere, so we're just going to throw a 1 in. So we'll give it a second to update the settings. And then you can see Website Builder already comes with quite a few templates that are already pre-built for you. And here's the deal with templates. They're intended to give you a jump start on getting your website built, but they're totally flexible. You can go down and customize where the images are on the website, where the navigation buttons lie, the color of the websites. The only thing that's really super specific to each of the templates is the font. That's the special font that's in the header of the website. Everything else is totally customizable. So don't get too stuck on the different buckets that we have the templates filtered into. I can take a real estate website and turn it into a daycare website pretty easy just by changing the images and the text on the site. But if you don't want to put that much effort into it and you just want to be able to type in your business name, some about us content and go, then try to start with a template that your business kind of falls in line with. So with that, you can either choose to just scroll down and the templates will continue to populate here on the screen, or you can choose the different themes over here on this side. So let's go ahead and we'll just open up one of these templates here to just get a preview of it. So we'll click on that full screen mode, and this is what the templates looks like if we were to launch into it and start building around with it. And you can see it also gives us the option to preview what the mobile version of it looks like. Now this is huge because before, with previous technology, to get a mobile website going, you had to have coding experience or hire somebody with coding experience to build you a desktop version of your site and then mobilize it for you. With Website Builder, all of our templates have what we call responsive design. So it's gonna the width of your website and the layout of your website will change depending on the type of device that your website's being viewed on. So if you build your website using Website Builder, you can rest assured knowing that your site is going to display on a desktop, on a tablet device, on a mobile device, across the board without you having to do anything extra for it.
That's awesome. So there's no setup for that. As soon as they publish, it'll automatically be live mobile as well?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, and like the only major difference between the desktop version and the mobile version is the way that the navigation displays, and that's just to make it a little bit easier on a phone, right? So here I've got my navigation in the top, and it shows me the different buttons, where on the mobile device, the navigation will always be at the very top, and it'll be in a drop-down like that. And all of that is already designed for you without any effort on your part. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to close out of this theme and try to find one that will work a little bit better for a photography site. Oh, this is a new one. The zombie gamer theme. Right on. Okay.
That's awesome.
So I think I've played around with this one before. I like the font. It's fun. It's got like the curliness to it. And it's already set up to be a photography site, which will make it easier for me to just pop her images in. And on a mobile device, we can see that the gallery still displays on a mobile device along with the pictures. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to click on Select Theme to go ahead and get started with it. And you can see we give you an x.co. If you want to type this into your mobile device right now on your browser and go to x.co/5gpmi, you can actually see a live preview of what this template looks like. But we're just going to go ahead and get started. So with that, I'm going to hit Select Theme. And Colby, do we have any questions as of yet?
No questions so far. but we're still getting going. I'm sure somebody will have some questions on it once we get into using it. But I really like that we offer that x.co on the mobile so you can hands-on play with it and not just rely on our screenshots. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and then I don't know if we need to cover this, but do people know where to ask questions if they have them?
Yeah, just to reiterate, though, for everybody that's new that joined, if you missed it, I'm on the event page as well as our Twitter hashtag GD Hangout and on the YouTube page. So feel free to comment on any of those locations, and I'll be looking out for them.
You are a multitasker, Mr. Cole.
Yes.
All right, cool. So let's go ahead and start plugging in some information. Now, here's the really cool thing. So Website Builder, it attempts to be intuitive and tries to pre-populate information into your website for you whenever it can. And because this Website Builder account was purchased in my company account, it's already guessing that my business name is GoDaddy Software, and it's already put in GoDaddy's phone number and address and my GoDaddy email address, which would be great if this was my business, but we're building this for my friend Jenny. So let's go ahead and we're going to change this information out so that it's for her business. So Mosaic Photography is the name of her business, and then the business category, this helps you down the road when it comes to search engine optimization. So getting your site listed in the proper business categories on Google and Yahoo and Bing. So we're going to go ahead and get her bucketed into a business category. And don't get too hung up on this. This is just a generalization for Website Builder. There's SEO tools that are available inside the builder once we get started, where you can really hone in on those SEO features. And so I'm going to change the email out to Jenny's email address. And she doesn't have a brick and mortar location, which is usually the case for a lot of family photographers unless they're in an establishment. But I'm going to keep my GoDaddy address on here because I want to show you something neat that it populates for us on the Contact Us page. And then I'm going to change out this. See if anybody gets that. Jenny at 8675309. And then we'll go ahead and click on Next, and it's going to go ahead and start pre-building the site. It also comes with this video tutorial the first time you launch in that gives you a tour, but we're going to bypass that because that's essentially what we're going to be doing here. So here's my site ready for us to go ahead and start building. Let's take a look at the navigation here. Our main navigation toolbox is over here on the left-hand side. You can see I'm moving it around. And you can see there are these different options in the toolbox where I can click and drag these elements to place them on the page. And as we're building, over the course of the next 5 pages or so, you'll see that I'm clicking and dragging from this toolbox. But this is where I would go to add a new page, add text, add images, so on and so forth. But we'll use these as we're moving along. If the toolbox is ever in the way, you can hide it. You can move it out of the way. You can collapse it and make it just icons. Or I can click on this little pin and it'll hide it all together. And then now if I want to bring it back, I would click on that tab. So just a few different things that we built into the toolbox so it's never in your way. And then in the header here, there are a few important features. We've got our Save button. So Website Builder is going to save your project for you as you're building it out. But it's always a good idea if you make major changes like adding a huge text box of content, it's always just a good best practice to go up and hit the Save button just in case. Like, you never know when the next lightning storm is going to hit or where you're going to get a power surge on your computer. But Website Builder does do a really good job of saving your progress for you. And then you've got an undo and redo buttons at the top here. These work just like they would in, say, like a Word documentation. So if there's a change that you need to If you're not happy with something that you've put on your site, you can click on undo and it would back away, or you could click on redo and it'll bring it back. So you'll see we'll probably use these a few times throughout the demonstration. And then this drop down here is how you can navigate through your different pages that you build on your site. And you can see with this template that we've chosen, the site came pre-populated with 4 pages. Now, no matter what plan of website builder you choose, be it the personal, the business, or the business plus, you have unlimited pages that you can build out. Website builder comes with these 4 pages pre-built. You don't have to use them. You can delete them. We're just trying to give you a jump start. And you'll see we're actually going to delete a page here in a bit and build a new page entirely from scratch. But this is the menu that you would use to do all of that. And then at any time, if you want to take a preview of your site and see what it looks like, or see what it looks like on a mobile device, you can click on this preview button here, and it'll show you what the site looks like live, as well as what it looks like on the preview mobile site. And then when you're ready for your site to go live and to share it with the world, you click on this publish button here, and here at the end of the webinar we'll do that so you can see what that process looks like. And then finally, this is the site settings navigation menu, and it's got this tiny little button, but this is actually a pretty important menu piece, because this is the piece that allows us to do page backups or site backups. It's got the page settings in it. So that initial page that we set up, if let's see, site settings. If you ever need to change your phone number, change your email address or business name, this is where you would go to make those major site changes. So for being such a small button, it's funny, it's got quite a few features in here. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. Colby, do we have any questions?
Yeah, actually, before we get into it, there's a couple questions just so we can kind of clarify for a couple people. The common theme seems to be about WordPress. They just want to know, is this better than a WordPress website builder or just different? What's the difference between that and like a quick setup in WordPress with GoDaddy?
So the big difference for me between Website Builder and WordPress is Website Builder is really good for people who don't have any previous experience building a website, and they are looking for something where they can just drag and drop their content around on a page. WordPress is really user-friendly, but it helps to have a little bit of a more like technical ability to be able to build the site you want using it. So it comes down to just technical capability.
Okay, awesome.
All right. So before we jump on the home page, we're gonna kind of move backwards here on the navigation bar. So let's go ahead and start with our Contact Us page. And to get there, I can either navigate to it by clicking right here in the navigation bar, or I can go up here and get to it right there. And you can see that it's already pre-built a lot of the content for us on this page. It's already built a form for us, which you can customize simply by clicking on it and then going to the settings box. You'll notice as you're going through the builder that anything that you want to edit or change is just a matter of clicking that element so the highlighting dotted line changes colors. And that's indicating for you that it's now editable. And then you go into the settings section, or you make the update right there by double-clicking on it. So our form is already set up and ready to go, and you can see that it's pre-populated the email address that it's going to send this form to. So if I'm a user on this website and I complete this form, the responses that it collects from me is going to get emailed to Jenny@mosaicphotography.com, because that's the email address that we defined for this website. So we've got the contact form, and then it's used my address, the GoDaddy address that I didn't change, but it's used that to identify us on Google Maps. So here's our little pinpoint of where the GoDaddy office is in Scottsdale. And then you can see it pre-populated my business name, my address, my phone number. The fax machine, it just throws in a generic fax machine, and then it's got Jenny's email address. So what I'm going to do is we're going to change some of these elements around here real quick. And to do that, I'm just going to click on the box so that my highlighting is now blue. And then I'm going to take out this fax machine because she doesn't have one and this isn't the right number anyways. And to do that, I'm just going to double click in the box. And then just like you would in a Word document, I'm going to highlight it and delete it. And then you can see that when I went in to edit this area, it changed the phone number and email to this phone underscore number and email underscore address. And that's just the holder for the data contents. And so just by deleting it and then clicking outside of the box, it removed it. Now I don't necessarily like how the email wraps down onto the second line, so I'm going to click on it again and use one of these handles, which are these squares, and I'm going to click and drag it to make this box a little bit wider. So now you can see that the email doesn't break onto a second line. All right. And then I wanted to display this Google address or Google Maps just to show you how intuitive Website Builder is if you have your address in the site settings. But this isn't an accurate address. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And then I can either click on this delete right here in the menu, or I can just hit delete or backspace on my keyboard, and it removes that map. And I'm going to go ahead and, since I'm here, I'm going to clean this up and remove the address. And then now I can use these squares or handles to reposition this text so that everything is a little bit more in line. All right. And so now that we've done that, I'm going to actually increase the font for this, so it's just a little bit larger. And the way I'm going to do that, again, is just like using a Word document. I'm going to go ahead and highlight it. And right now, this one is set to a heading 5. I'll just increase that to a heading 3. Oh, looks like heading 3 is black font. So let's see. Maybe we should stick with heading 5.
Are you able to change the font color of the different headings, or are those locked in?
No, you can. Just like you would in a Word doc by using the font color right there. And then we can manually override it right here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I thought that my design skills were going to work with me here, but I'm making more of a mess of this. So let me back it down. All right, there we go. So as you can see, it's also populated for us the navigation bar at the top, and it already pre-populates a navigation bar for us at the bottom. And these are customizable as well. And here in a few minutes, I'll show you how to go through and customize that. But at this point, our Contact Us page is done. All we need really on this page is a form for people to get a hold of her, and then her phone number and address so people can reach out other ways besides just the form. So I'm going to go ahead, and I was going to save it, but you can see here at the top it says all changes saved. So everything is saved and ready to go, and we can go ahead and move on to the next page.
Cool. What's the next page going to be?
Let's go ahead and I'll show you the price list page. With the price list page, as with most photographers, Jenny doesn't have published prices for her clients. It's kind of like as an ad needed type of thing. So I'll show you the price list page that comes with Website Builder. We actually use a program that creates an online menu automatically for you, and then you can go in and customize it, which is pretty slick. And again, it's intended to help save you time when you're building your website. And if you launch, all of the templates come with the price list page already pre-built for you. And to get started with using this program, you can just launch into the page and click on Get Started, and it walks you through it. But Jenny doesn't have a price list page that she wants to have listed on her website. So this is actually the page that we're going to remove. And so in order to remove it, we're going to go up here to the menu, and locate the price list page right here. And I bet you can probably figure this out, but we're going to click on this delete button to go ahead and remove this page. And then it's going to give us a warning, making sure we truly want to delete it. And then now you can see the navigation has been updated up here as well as in the footer, and we no longer have the option for the price list page.
Now, can you restore that page without having to do like a backup and restore of the full website?
We would have to do a backup and restore at this point. So
Okay.
That's why it gave us that warning to make sure we really truly wanted to delete it. Now at this point though, because the site is updated, we don't have the option to back up here, and we haven't created a backup restore because this is a brand new project. So because of that, we couldn't back up either. We would have to call into GoDaddy technical support to have somebody here in the office get that page back for you.
Okay.
Good point, though, Colby. All right. So let's go ahead and we'll get started on our About Us page. And I'll show you how to do some updates with the images and the text. So let's go ahead and I'll show you the image library and different ways that you can add images to your project. The template already comes with this image already built into it. To change it, we're going to click on it and go to the option to swap images and click on that, and you can see there's a few different options that we have. We can upload photos from our computer, so anything that we have saved locally we can use. We can also use the free image library that has thousands and thousands of stock images that you get the licensing to use on your website by purchasing Website Builder. And you can search through these images just by going in and typing in search terms at the top. And then each of the themes also come with photos that they're suggesting that you can use for your website. So these particular theme photos are going to be ones that are related to photography, as well as the images that are specific to this theme. So this image in particular, which is kind of a bad image for you guys, I don't know if you can see the difference, but it's kind of like a white on gray image. That's actually the background to this template. So this is where you could go in and customize stuff like that. And another neat feature, which again is a time saver, is you can link your Facebook and Instagram accounts to Website Builder. I know a lot of businesses that use their Facebook and their Instagram where they post a lot of images for their business on there, and it would be pretty time consuming for some of them to go download the images individually off of Facebook and then re-upload them to their website. With Website Builder, you can actually link the accounts, and once you've done so, it'll populate directly inside of Website Builder the images that you've uploaded to Facebook and Instagram.
Will it continue to update those in real time too going forward for them?
Yep. So as you add images to your Facebook account, whenever you go in to update the images in your Website Builder account, you would go in and see those images in real time.
Awesome.
So we're going to go ahead, and I'll show you how to change out the image using an image from the free image file. We'll just type in baby because she does a lot of family photography. And that's a cute picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select the picture that I want to replace the wedding image of, and then click on Insert. And give it a minute here to think. I wonder if this is my internet.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Let me give it a kick here. No, it won't let me kick it either. Wouldn't you know? Let's try
While that's
again.
loading, I just want to remind everybody, if you have any questions on any of these processes or anything else in Website Builder, feel free to just post them out there.
Yes, please. All right, so we'll select the image, and there we go. So it's replaced the image. You can see, though, that it cropped it a little funny, so we can actually go in and update the way that it's cropped the image by clicking on it again, and then we're going to go to Settings, and image editor. And then you can see now we can manipulate how the cropping should happen. And if we need to, you can zoom the photo in or make it smaller right here and then crop it as needed. So we'll click on OK. And now the little baby toes aren't cut off. And then editing text is just as easy too. Let's see here. I've got a little text file saved, so you don't have to endure watching me type. So let me just open my text file. And I've got a little blurb here that talks about Jenny. So I'm just going to double click to get into the text box. Then I'm going to highlight all of this text and hit delete. And I'm going to put in text that's specific to her. So it looks like it, by default, this template wants to paste it in as like a darker gray color. I kind of like it standing out a little bit. So I'm going to change the color by going to the font color editor and change it to a black color. And then I think the size of it's appropriate at a 14-point font. I'm just going to spread it out here a little bit and break up the paragraphs. But you can see that it works similar to like a Word document. I'm just going in and double-clicking where I need to make changes and highlighting anything that I want to delete or update. So now that we have that, you can see that I can move the text around just by either clicking and dragging it. So a good rule of thumb is whenever you see those little crosshairs of the four arrows pointing north, south, east, west, that's giving you an indicator that I can click on it with my mouse and then drag it to wherever I want it. And you can see that Website Builder is responding by pushing that footer down, but it'll come back once I change pages here. That's just part of the drag and drop functionality.
When you're moving it around like that, will Website Builder let you know if you're going too far to the right or left for like optimal viewing or anything like that?
No, like it'll let you continue to go, which obviously this wouldn't display appropriately on a monitor that isn't like a wide-angle view.
Okay.
But that would be legit. It's usually a good rule of thumb to stay within the parameter that the template is already pre-built. So I wouldn't go much further outside the navigation bar. I just happen to be on a really big monitor, so that's why I've got all of this other space around here.
Gotcha.
All right. So now that we've updated that content, we can go ahead and I'm going to switch over to the home page. And then hopefully, if that worked right, if we go back to About Us, oh, he's way down here. Let's get him back in place. So to move all of those different elements at the same time, because you can see there's an element here, the box, the navigation bar, I just went through and I highlighted all of them with my mouse so that I could manipulate all 5 of them at the same time. And we'll go ahead and line this guy up. And you can see faintly, but you can see there's a dark blue dotted line on the left-hand side. That's a guide for me to help make sure that my elements are lining up with the other elements on the page. Just another visual indicator to help you make sure your site is aesthetically pleasing. All right. So looks like our About Us page is built out. We've got a blurb here about Jenny, and we've updated this picture right here. So let's go ahead and jump over to the home page. And the reason why I wanted to show you the home page is you can see this page is a little bit different. It's got the rotating slideshow here. So I'm going to go ahead and to edit the slideshow, when I click on it, you can see that it's got this padlock button, this red padlock. What that's telling me is I can't click and drag this guy around wherever I want. And that's because it's locked down. And you would use this if you've got an element on your page that you don't want to move after you've put it in place. Maybe it's something that took you a while to build. You could lock it down so that you don't accidentally edit it. But it's pretty easy to unlock. We just go to the navigation here and click on Unlock. And now you can see I've got those crosshairs, and I can edit this box. So to change the pictures in the slideshow, I'm going to go ahead and go to Swap Images. And you can see the slideshow has rotated. It's rotating between these 4 images. If I wanted to delete one of these images from the slideshow, I could do so right here just by clicking on the Remove button. And now it'll just have the 3 images rotate through. I can also add additional photos to it by clicking on Add Photos. And then we'll go to our free images again and type in family, and that's a cute picture. We'll see how that one displays. So we'll go ahead and add that to our slideshow and then click on Save. So now, give it a second here to rotate through. It's added that photo.
There it is.
And there it is. So the slideshows are just as easy to go through and update. For some reason, it put the footer up there when I moved it. It must be a global setting. So we'll ignore that I had messed with that earlier. We'll just pop it right here. All right. So, and we can go through and edit any of the content that the template has already come pre-built with, including the header up here. So it's already come with Mosaic Photography in as the site name, but maybe if for some reason we didn't want it to say that, maybe we wanted it to say Arizona Family Photography or Family Photos, we can change that at any time. It's just going off of the recommendations to get your site up and running as soon as possible. So now we've got the slideshow updated, or we've added an image to the slideshow. Let's try starting a page from scratch altogether. Before we jump into that, Colby, do we have any questions?
Yeah, we do have a couple actually, and creating a new page is part of it. So Mark would like to know, does Website Builder allow for a login area or a way for customers and dealers to give access to a back office or documents or special page or videos that you can't see on the regular website, but a customer could?
That's a great question, Marcus. And as of right now, we don't offer hidden pages or pages that are only available through login, but it is on our backlog. It's something that we've recognized that our customers want, and so it's something that our developers have been working on.
Awesome. And then do we still, like as a workaround, I remember people in the past basically just creating like a page but removing it from navigation and then giving that specific URL. Is that workaround still available for people to do temporarily?
That'll still work, and again, the navigation is totally customizable. It makes it easy for you because it automatically populates as you add pages. But if you wanted to go in and customize your navigation and remove elements from the navigation up here, you could do so by going into the settings and clicking on this button that would make something visible or not visible. And you can see when I click on the eyeball, the About Us back here goes away. And so in that case, you could publish your site with the About Us visible, go to that URL and grab it and save it, and then go through and then make the page so that it's not visible and still share the URL, and that would work.
Awesome. And then I don't know if we're going to cover this later or not, but Joshua would like to know, can we add PayPal or other shopping carts to this product?
Absolutely. And I can actually show you here in a minute, but we do offer, with the Business Plus and Business Website Builder, you can see that you get added options to add menus, PayPal, online ratings, and reviews. So definitely.
Perfect.
All right, so let's go ahead and we'll add a new page. And there's two different ways that we can add new pages. We can click on New Page from right over here, or we can click on Add Page right here. So we'll go ahead and click on Add Page. And one of the pages that we recommend that small businesses really take the time to, in the thoughtfulness to add to their website, is a page for testimonials. We think it's important that you give your customers an area where they can share their thoughts about your business. Plus, it helps add some credibility. Those of you that use like Yelp or Google reviews to choose where you're going to shop or visit know how important and how powerful those testimonials can be to your business. You can see that as we've added the testimonial page here, it added it right there inside of our navigation. Now this particular template also has a navigation for social media networks, and by default it's automatically added it to this navigation as well. I'm going to clean this up because this is for my Twitter, Facebook, Google Plus navigation, and I don't necessarily want testimonials up here. So I'm just going to click on it and then go to Menu, and I'm going to make it so testimonials isn't a visible option on this navigation bar. And then on this navigation bar, I kind of like Contact Us to be the last page listed on my navigation bar. It's more of a personal preference, but I'm going to go ahead and change that by going to Menu, and then I can click and drag it. You can see again I've got the north, south, east, west arrow, so I'm going to just click and drag it so that it's above Contact Us, and then click on Save. And now, sorry, I got sidetracked by that. All rights reserved. Now you can see that my navigation is Home, About Us, Testimonials, and then Contact Us. So the first thing I want to do is add a photo album or a slideshow to this page. So to do that, I'm going to go to my toolkit over here and grab this box for slideshow, and I'm going to just use my guides to place it so that it kind of falls in line with my navigation bar at the top. And then the next thing I'm going to do is add some images to it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Swap Images. I'm going to delete the 3 images that it comes with by default, and we're going to add some of Jenny's photos here, along with testimonials from her customers. So to do that, we're going to actually browse photos that I've got on my computer here. And we'll go to, where did I save them? That's always the hard part. Probably in my webinar box. And here we've got her pictures. So you can see the 4 pictures that just uploaded have the little green check mark. That means that's indicating that those are the pictures that it's going to insert into the gallery. So we'll click on Insert, and then before it finally inserts them, it's giving us the option to add a caption box to each of them, which I want to do. So for the caption, I'm just going to grab text that I have in a text file. So again, just to save some time. And you can also see this is where I would indicate if I wanted the photo to be a hyperlink. So if I wanted somebody on my website to be able to click this picture to then be relocated to another location on my website, or maybe even just somewhere else on the internet, like my Facebook page, this is where I would put that destination URL. But these pictures, I don't want them necessarily to be hyperlinks. I just want to have captions put on them. So
does the order of the images there also depict like the order of the slideshow?
Yeah, and then to change that, we would just click and drag them around because we've got the little indicator that is saying we can move everything around. So that's how you would change the order that they would display. All right, so we're going to go ahead. I'm going to throw captions into each of these real quick so you can see what they look like when they're displayed in the photo album. And you can see once I've added a caption and click on OK, this little caption bubble is now it's a darker color, so you can see which ones I've done. and which ones I haven't done. All right. So now they all have captions. I'm going to go ahead and click on Save. And then now you can see the image, and then it has the caption right here. Some of my captions are a little bit longer. Plus, I want the image to be bigger anyways, so I can change that. You can make it any size, shape you want, depending on the size and shape of your photos. So we're going to go ahead and just expand that out a little bit. So my caption boxes don't wrap text, and then that way the photos display properly as well.
We did get one question on that slideshow. Is there a way to change the speed of the picture sliding around?
Yes, yes. In fact, if you click on the image and go to Settings, you can see right now it's set to a 4-second speed. You can just drag and drop this little toggle right here to the speed. You can also change the transitioning as well as the outline of the photos, whether or not you want captions to show up, stuff like that.
Okay. And then for your linking, so you said you can link one of the photos to go to an external website or somewhere else, basically with the hyperlink. Andre would like to know, what about linking to a document? Can you make it go to like a PDF document or something else when they click on the picture?
Yep. Let me show you how you would do that. If you click in and go to Swap Images, we'll just open up one of the images. We might have to do this a backwards way from here, but nope, here we go. So if we click on that down arrow and click on Upload, this is where we could upload a PDF. In fact, I can do it just for kicks. We'll hit Browse, and I know I've got to have a ton of PDFs on my desktop. So I can select a PDF, go ahead and throw it in, and then click on Insert, and we'll click on OK. And then let's go ahead and preview it. So we'll click on the preview button up here. Here's our web show, and then I just clicked on the picture that we linked the document to, and now it's populated that for us.
Awesome.
And we'll exit out of preview to go back into the builder mode. All right. And then let's finish off this page. I've got one more element I want to add. I'm going to add a text testimonial as well. And so to do that, I'm going to drag and drop the text element from our toolbox. And it's prompting us to type your paragraph here. So I'm just going to double click on that and then paste in my paragraph that I've got saved. And again, I'm going to change the font color on this so it's a little bit darker so you can see on the webinar. And we'll just break these out into a few paragraphs. And I'm going to drag and drop it so that it aligns with the photo a little bit better. And there we go. We've got our 4 photos, the 4 captions, and then a text testimonial. All right. So there we go. We've got our 4-page website with the home, the About Us, testimonials, and contact us. You can see that if we wanted to add additional elements to the page, we would use our toolbox to do that. So from here, we can also add a photo gallery, which is different from a slideshow. The photo gallery doesn't transition from picture to picture. It just adds multiple pictures to the site. If we wanted to create an additional navigation bar, so for example, this theme has the 2 navigation bars here as well as another navigation bar down here. But if we wanted to add a vertical navigation bar over on the side of our site, we would just simply drag and drop this element onto our page. It also gives us the functionality to add Facebook, Twitter, just our social media share buttons, as well as a Google Map form if you had the need to add an additional form. Blog and RSS feeds if you wanted to offer that on your site. Audio players for MP3 files, MP4 files. You can link to YouTube if you want to add any videos to your site. Buttons and shapes, line breaks, it just keeps going on and on. And if you know HTML, not that you need to know HTML to build your site using Website Builder, but if you have a snippet of code that you need to add to your site, this is where you could do it. You would drag and drop HTML over and then double click on it, and it's going to open up my code box, which is scary for some people because then they see jargon. But this is where you would go to add that if you wanted to. And then going back to the previous question, this is also where I could go to add sync my PayPal account, and you can see that it walks you through how to accept the online payments. So it's pretty user-friendly when it comes to adding a PayPal card to the site. But we're going to go ahead and close that out. It gave me buttons anyways. We'll delete that. All right. So what other questions?
Is there also an option for CSS versus just HTML?
Somebody was telling me the other day, I think it was one of our coders. I don't think so. Let's see. Last time I checked, we hadn't added anything.
Okay.
When we retooled Website Builder from the previous version of our website tonight is what we called it, we really looked at what our users were using. And yeah, that's just site-wide code. CSS for the audience that we were targeting was scary. So they hadn't added it at this point. But who knows what they'll continue to add. They're always making updates.
That is very true.
All right. Do we have any other questions?
No other questions so far.
Rad. Okay. Well, let me show you how to make a backup of the website and see if there's any other questions that we can help answer.
And then you're also going to take us through the publishing process as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
All right. So let's do a backup first. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and click on my little Manage Site option over here. And we're going to go ahead and exit the builder. And it's going to bring me back to my control panel. And just a few things I wanted to point out on the control panel. It shows us the template that we've chosen. It also shows us the pages that we've built on our site. And you can actually jump to edit any of those pages directly from the control panel here. You can also go into edit the site by clicking the big button here. We've built out 4 pages. As of right now, our site isn't published, but it tells us the theme of our template. And if you want to change templates, this is where you can go to do that. I would forewarn you, though, that if you have built out your site and added content and added pictures to your site, when you change themes, all of that goes away. And the reason why is because of the drag and drop functionality. There's really no way the templates would know how to transition your content from one template to another. So if you decide after you've built your site that you want to change templates, I would encourage you to contact our customer care, and they can walk you through how to do that. It's really a matter of keeping your current site live while you copy and paste the content into a new project. But again, they can walk you through it so that it's not like a painful process for you. Your IP address is listed on this control panel page as well, and that's so you can route the DNS for your domain name if it's not registered in the same account as your project. And then you can go to create a backup by clicking on Manage right here. And so when I clicked on Manage, it comes up asking if I want to go ahead and create a backup. I'll click on that button, and it's already created the backup for me. And you can see it has the date of the backup, and then over here, when I hover over it, it gives me options to edit it, to trash it, or to restore it. And I would use the restore option if I had several backups and I wanted to go back to a previous version of my website. I would recommend...
You can't have more than one then?
You can have more than one. I would keep an eye on it, though, because every time you publish it, it also creates a backup, which takes up disk space on your account. And you're limited to a certain amount of disk space depending on the website builder plan you purchase. And after years and years of having Website Builder, you might accrue a bunch of like saved data just in your backups alone. So it's always good to pop in every now and then and remove any backups that you don't foresee yourself ever needing.
So that's a good tip right there. So it's not limited to a certain amount of backups, but the disk space that your plan has.
Right, exactly. All right, so let's go back and we'll publish our site. So to do that, we're going to click on Edit Site. And now it's got us back in editor mode. And we're just going to go ahead and click on this Publish button up here. And so, because it's a brand new account, it takes about 30 minutes to an hour for it to propagate. I was hoping enough time had lapsed, but it looks like it's still building it. But really, publishing is a matter of clicking on the Publish button, and it shows little dots rotating while it publishes to the internet. And once it's published, it gives you a little approval link that you can click on and see your site live. But it's still propagating for me. We were just too fast. But I guess that's reassuring to know that you can build a site that quickly.
And does it still give you an x.co like it did earlier to preview it via mobile?
No, because then you can preview it mobile via your domain name.
Okay.
Because it publishes, once it's published live on the internet, you'll be able to access it on your mobile device as well.
Okay. Is there a way to preview it before you publish it on the mobile device a second time?
Yeah, let's see. Right here is where you could do that, but not actually on the mobile device itself. The x.co that I gave earlier is specific to the preview of the template.
Okay.
Not necessarily the building site.
Okay.
All great questions. All right. Do we have any other questions?
It doesn't look like it at the moment. I think we're good. If anybody has any, other questions, if we don't get to them before we end the broadcast here, we'll definitely, address them in the comments to you later. So don't be shy of asking any questions, even if you're watching a replay or something after this date.
Perfect.
Cool. Was there anything else that you wanted to show or cover or just mention?
So let's talk about support options. I'd love to switch back to my camera here, but it's not letting me.
There it goes.
Oh, can you see me?
I can see you now.
Okay, good. I can't see you, so I'm doing this blind. So we have a few different support options that are available to you. We have our 24/7 tech support that's available over the phone. You can get our phone number for customer support from our website. You can also go to support.godaddy.com for written documentation. And there's also flyout menus available there if you want to chat with somebody online. They're available to help you out as well. And then I also encourage everybody to visit the GoDaddy Training Hub, which is at GoDaddyTrainingHub.com. And we have additional webinars that are available there. We also have pre-recorded webinars that are available to download. And then here when we're done, we'll give you an x.co short link to complete a survey. Once you complete that survey, we'll give you the option to download a quick start guide to getting your website started from a content perspective. It helps out from the getting your creative juices flowing as far as what you want to say on your website and the message you want to convey.
Awesome.
Cool.
That's great. So thanks. We did get one other question in from Ed. Ed says, if you build your own website, how do you drive traffic to it? Ed, that's kind of like a more in-depth question. Won't be really addressed here, but I have some previous Hangouts that we've done that do touch on those topics, so I'll definitely reply to you on YouTube and link you to those Hangouts.
Definitely. Your website really isn't any good if nobody's not going to it to see what you've got.
Exactly. So I think that's about it. We're right about time on the hour exactly, actually. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Definitely appreciate it. Thank you, Leslie, for giving the presentation and taking everybody through it.
Absolutely.
We do have a survey I'm going to post in the comments. If you guys take a couple minutes to fill that out, then you'll receive our website quick start guide. and some of the training materials that we covered here today. So definitely check that out. I'll drop that in there in a second. And like I said, if you're watching a replay, feel free to still ask questions, anything like that. We have another Hangout coming up 2 days from now, Thursday. It's on Demystifying the Cloud with Sean Funder. Some of you might be familiar with his previous Hangouts in the past. They're usually a lot of fun. I think he might be rocking an ugly Christmas sweater this year. So we're going to cover those topics and just cover like email productivity tools and what's going on up in the cloud up in there. So if that interests you, feel free to RSVP. I'll put that link in the Hangout event page as well. But I think that's it.
All right, cool. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Later.